everyone, it's Cindy from Studioloo. I just wanted to pop in quickly to do a quick video to, I guess, acknowledge that I am taking part in Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Volume 2. I know, like, I have kind of this little sub-community of stitchers who watch this channel, and we do, you know, chat on Facebook, Instagram, and in the comments on this channel. So I've had a few people ask me if I'm doing it, and I am doing it. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my plan, because I think it's going to be a little different, maybe, I don't know, from what some folks are doing. So the themes from Rachel and Sarah this time around were based on sort of two overall distinctions, Christmas or winter. So I'm going to choose winter, and I'm going to kind of change it a little bit to be, well, not change it, but just I want to do winter lore. So that's my plan for this. So I've chosen a book that is this little tiny book called Listen to the Rain. It's just a simple blue book. Obviously, I'm building a new spine for it. So what I'm thinking with the first edition of this, you know, the first Journal of Stitchery, I really did love having like a hard cover for the basis of where to, you know, stitch the pages into, but I loved having a cuddly, soft cover. I ended up, I had used a pillowcase, if you recall, and I did all my stitching on it and made like a stitched cover for it, so I really liked that. This time around, I think what I want to do with this book, which is actually a larger book than the last time, though I'm feeling a little bit concerned about my choice there, because last time we had one prompt, like, well, one page with 2 prompts for each of the 6 months. This time we're getting one prompt every 2 weeks, so it's going to be about 12 to 14 pages, depending on if you choose to do a cover and an extra page to fill in the blanks. So I think I'm just going to do my best. You know, if I fall behind, I fall behind. But I think I'll be okay. I hope I'll be okay. So my first plan is that I'm going to work on the block, which I'll show you in a moment, but I want to do probably a round kind of thing here that says, you know, Journal of Stitched Winter Lore or something like that. I have to think about the title for this book. And I actually want to stitch that on something like a linen and make it round. And then I'm going to use my sewing machine actually to stitch it onto the cover. I think this cover, it's not so thick that my sewing machine can't get through. But if not, I will use like Fabri-Tac and maybe brads or something, but we'll see. So the inside, oh, and here's the block. So the inside, obviously, I'll have to work on that too. So here's my block so far. For the first prompt from this series, the theme was deer, and we're not getting prompts for the background. So this is in progress. I got this beautiful deer from a fabric that I purchased for this project, actually. I forget what the fabric's name is. Hold on, let me grab it. I think I have it here. In case you're interested in this fabric, it's actually very beautiful. It has mooses, bears, eagles, deer, and I just love the background. It's so watercolory, and there's like mountains. So it's a Northcott fabric. It's called Whispering Pines by Melanie Samra for Northcott. So just in case you're looking for this fabric, that's what it is. And it's really nice and soft and beautiful. So yeah, I got it. I just bought I bought a meter of it because I figured I could use it for some other things. I don't know what the other prompts will be, but maybe there will be a bear, maybe there will be something else on this, but I know I'll use that for something. That's not going to be an issue. So what I've done so far is, obviously, I've made the focal point the deer. I did borrow stitching in the background on top of some different fabrics. This was a little fabric with mountains that I actually got as like a little bonus piece of fabric that was stuffed inside like another piece of fabric I bought at the thrift store. It was very weird. It was like a piece of fabric that had all of its edges stapled, closed, and then when I opened it up, that was inside there. So I thought, oh, I'll just put that there. And then some batik fabrics and Then this background one is another batik. It's like a nice indigo. It's really beautiful. So yeah, then I added some vintage tatting down on top. And what my plans are for this now, I want to stitch some leaves and maybe flowers into the antlers of the deer, you know, to give it that lower effect. I might stitch some pine branches on here, and I might do some little sequins or white beads to kind of add a little bit of snow. And then for the pages, I'm using, this is like a vintage like linen napkin that I just ripped down to size. I'm not too concerned about what I use for my pages, because what I noticed last time is like you don't really see them at all once you get your blocks on. So yeah, that's where I am with this project. So I'm going to actually just maybe I'm probably going to do the spine last in this project, because then it will give me an idea of how big this journal will be. So I see a lot of people, you know, because they're using a hardcover book, if you are using like a beautiful vintage book, you know, with your spine being a certain width, if you're worried about wrecking your spine, you know, it might be possible that you're too restricted. You might need to switch to a different book if you don't want to ruin the spine of that book. But if you're not concerned about the spine itself, you can obviously cut it off and build your own spine, and, you know, attach it and basically build the book. But if you're just a stitcher who's never done that before, who's never, you know, made a journal before, you might have a little bit of a knowledge gap, but it's nothing you can't do. Trust me, you can do this. You just basically need to have some like good thick board. You can use book board for this. You could literally take another book and chop it down, and you can create the spine for the size that you want. And then, you know, you can attach it with like a Teflon tape and fabric with Fabri-Tac glue or 3-in-1 glue, and, you know, build a spine. There's lots of videos out there showing you how to build spines. Possibly even Rachel from Roxy's Journal of Stitchery has one on her channel. It would not surprise me, because she's like the queen of many tutorials, so it wouldn't surprise me. But if you just, you know, search YouTube for building a junk journal book spine, you'll find what you're looking for. I say junk journal because that's kind of the community that builds a lot of books, that makes a lot of books in a way that's accessible to everyone. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Oopsie, we have a little, there we go. Sorry, I've had this little tiny fruit fly in my studio that got in here from a banana peel that my daughter left in her mug yesterday, and it's just been one, and it's been flying everywhere, so now it's gone and I need to wash my hands. Anyways, all of that being said, I'm kind of rambling now. So this is the block for now. We've just gotten the second prompt, so I need to hustle and finish this. The next prompt is wreath, and I'm thinking about what I want to do in a winter lore theme. I might have like a squirrel kind of popping out, looking out of a wreath made of like pine. I don't know, I have to think about it. I've got a lot of ideas. I just need to like clone my time. That's all I need to do, is add about, you know, 47 hours to my days. So yeah, thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit here and seeing what is happening with the Journal of Stitchery. And I will be back at some point to give you another update on where I am. And if you're stitching along, let me know. I would love to hear from you and follow your work as well. Have a great day. Bye for now.